Hey everybody, Dustin Dale's back here once again. Tonight at the CenturyLink Center, Omaha, it is a band that has been blowing up the country and been blowing up the world. Their first album hit 6 times platinum, got nominated for 2 Grammys. You don't want to miss the show tonight. It's the Lumineers, and I'm joined right now by Wesley Schultz from the band. How are you, Wesley?
I'm doing well. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Your first show on the tour. What are you guys prepared for tonight?
Well, we have a brand new stage, and we're just kind of getting used to all the bells and whistles of it. So we've been here for a couple days trying it out. So you can ask the ushers what the show's like. They've seen it a few times.
Yeah, you've been here what, 5 days now? You feel like you're ready? All the kinks are worked out?
Yeah, as ready as we'll be. Yeah, it'll be good.
I gotcha. Now I thought there was some pretty cool stuff about your background. I mean, you guys are pretty familiar with the outgoing president, Obama. He's a big fan of yours. What was it like, for instance, doing the South by South lawn?
That was incredible. I mean, that was completely unexpected, and yeah, I mean, we met the White House photographer, and then he told us, "Oh, we're going to be taking a picture with President Obama," and we thought that's not happening. And then he came in and he greeted us by telling us he was a big fan, which was bizarre. And then he shook every one of our hands, and we again saw him at the tree lighting ceremony, and we got to meet the First Lady there and one of their dogs. So it's been great. I don't think any of us thought a few years ago we'd ever meet a president based on playing music, so much less Obama. So.
Yeah, the Christmas Tree Lighting Festival, that was one of the last things that he did on his outgoing term, and you guys were a part of that. Was there anything interesting about that night? How'd that feel?
It was interesting. I mean, there were some heavy hitters rolling around. There was like Mark Anthony and Garth Brooks and like Chance the Rapper, and I got to meet James Taylor, talk with him for a little bit. So a lot of people that some of which I grew up listening to, that again, it's just weird being around people that you've only sort of seen on a television screen. But it was a great event, and once again, I think we were just totally flattered and over the moon to be asked to play it. We didn't have expectations. So.
Now, your first album blew up the world. I mean, I feel like it's one of the craziest first albums that any band has ever had. Did you feel like making that album that you guys hit gold?
No, not at all. I mean, we got turned down by most record labels. Nobody really wanted to work with us for a while. And we found a small label in Nashville who found us, Dual Tone, who started working with us. But even the way the album was recorded, it was done very quickly, and it's kind of it sounds like a bunch of us just in a room together playing music. It sounds very almost like a demo. Mm-hmm. So if you look at it that way, I don't think that many other albums that have sold similar, I don't think they sound as lo-fi as this. And to me, that's a nice testament to, I think, if you write good songs, you try to, that those will shine through no matter, the production or how built up or stripped down it is. So we just tried to do things that were very, almost like if you're going to open mic, it would be stripped back and it would still shine through, the songwriting.
Mm-hmm. Now, your latest album, Cleopatra, just came out. We're working on getting those singles out, and Ophelia right now is your big single. It's taken off on the charts pretty good so far. What kind of thoughts went into writing that song, Ophelia?
Just make a bigger song than Ho Hey, it was I'm just
I don't blame you.
I think it was one of the interesting things about Ophelia was that it was just all on piano. There was no guitar, so it was kind of a departure from some of the stuff we've been doing on the first record, which was very guitar driven. But again, it just always boiled down to is it an interesting song? Is it something compelling to us? And it mostly was minimal and stripped back. So yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of intention. Commercially with it, it was just more, do we believe in the song? Does it resonate with us?
Now, you guys have a very interesting sound, something that I honestly don't hear very often, and I think it's pretty cool. Does it come from a lot of your inspirations, or is it kind of just one of those things you sit at your instruments, and that's just what comes out?
I mean, I would say a lot of it comes from this belief in, that a good song will shine through, and it doesn't really matter how you dress it up. A lot of bands will come out with albums with different instruments as a theme, and for us, we think that's a little bit of if it's like a pretty woman is a pretty woman whether she's in sweatpants or a ball gown, it's like that beauty shines through. So I think that's most of it is if we find something beautiful to us or compelling, we do that. I remember, speaking of open mics though, we played after an open mic in Omaha, I want to say like 5 years ago. We were the act after the open mic ended, so I think we played the open mic and then they let us play a show after. So I forget the club, but it was right next to a really good Indian restaurant. I remember that.
Hmm. Yeah. That's gonna drive me crazy. Now I got to figure out
Yeah.
what that would be. Was it like a bar, or was it kind of like more like a laid back club?
It was almost like a coffee house bar vibe. Chill little open mic. They probably still have it going. I just wish I could figure out where it was.
Well, I'm gonna have to track that down. You guys should pay attention to that bar because they found the Lumineers practically. We're gonna take credit for your success if you don't mind.
It's all about Omaha, yeah.
There you go. You're kicking off the world tour. You got some big shows. Your first major headlining. I mean, not a lot of people come to the CenturyLink Center because it's so big. And you guys, there's maybe a handful of tickets left. Is there a lot of excitement about this world tour? I mean, you guys also got the Garden on the list.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you just kind of, I can't really wrap my head around it until we go out each night and see the people. Because sometimes you can play someone's living room and it's more scary than a big room. You never know how you're going to feel about it. But I think we were pretty stunned to play some of these places when you see the other bands coming through. And these are household names. These are people that we've heard of. So we feel very just grateful to be able to do this off of just 2 records.
Now, like I said earlier, Ophelia's the track out now. What's the next one that we can look forward to hearing from you guys really cranking up?
I think Cleopatra's out as well. And then after that, it would probably be Angela. So a lot of ladies' names.
I like that. Those are good choices. If you haven't had a chance to check out Cleopatra, highly recommend you check it out. And if you haven't got your tickets yet, you're literally running out of time because there's maybe a dozen tickets left in the entire city. So make sure you come out to the CenturyLink Center tonight. Check them out. Check them out on the road. They're going to be all over town. They'll be back over in Des Moines in a couple weeks. So if you miss them tonight, you can head on down to Des Moines, check them out there. But, man, I appreciate you hanging out with me, Wesley. Thank you very much, man.
Appreciate it, Dustin.
How can people keep in touch with you guys?
You can't. I'm not on any social media.
Thank you, Wes. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.